Good morning, my dear students. How are you all? I believe that you all are fine and taking care of your health. Dear students, let us come back to our English class. Today, we are going to learn from the supplementary reader, 4th lesson, the hope and the anthem. You know, what do you mean by hope? The hope means the policeman. Anthem means it is a song. It is a song, hymn or praise. It can be dedicated to a god or to a saint or to a nation. So the hope and the anthem. Hope means police. Anthem, a song of praise. It can be to God or to a saint or to a nation. So the song, when we are happy we sing the song. When we go to church, we sing a song to a god or to a saint. National anthem, to a nation we compose and sing a song. Here, the policeman, about the not the hope means the police. And here we are going to learn the young boy who has no home, no parents. He left everything and came, and he is wandering everywhere. There is no proper house for him. Always he stays in some park. Here and there he takes rest. But when the season, winter season comes, he wants to protect himself. So in order to protect himself, at present where he is staying, there is a summer, winter season started. So when the winter comes, we cannot stay in the park wherever we want. Why? It will be very cold and chill. So this boy wants to go somewhere to take care of himself. And he has different ideas, like not anybody else. He doesn't want to go travel by ship or go to some other countries. He wants to go to some island. That island, Black Belt's Island, the name of the island is called Black Belt. But nowadays they called us that one Roosevelt. That island is nowadays they call as a Roosevelt. To that island he wants to go. Why he wants to go to that island? Because there is a jail, the prison is there. He wants to go to that jail. The island near to the jail there is a nice island is there. In the jail means that nobody will question him, and he has to follow the timetable of the jail. At the same time he can get the free food, and nobody will question him, nobody will ask him about his family life or his background of his life. That is the reason he decided to go to the jail. In order to reach the goal, to go to the jail, let us see in this lesson what are the ideas he is doing, what are the work he is going in order to reach to the prison. So, on your textbook, page number 20, please open the text, and as I read, please look into the book. The name of the young man's name is called Sophie. Sophie is a homeless, jobless man. Winter is fast approaching, and so Sophie must have a place to stay. Sophie comes to a decision at last. So he has no home, no job. And the winter has started. See what he wants to do. He wants to stay in a safe place without any cool. And he decided to go somewhere. Sophie moved restlessly on his seat in Median Square. There are certain signs to show that winter is coming. Birds begin to fly south. People want new warm coats. And Sophie moves restlessly on his seat in the park. When you see these signs, you know that winter is near. A dead leaf fell at Sophie's feet. That was a special sign for him that winter was coming. It was time for all who lived in Median Square to prepare. Sophie's mind now realized that fact. the time had come. He had to find some way to take care of himself during the cold winter weather, and therefore he moved restlessly on his seat. If we see in this lesson, the Sophie is moving restlessly as he was sitting in the park in the seat. He is restless, there is no happy in his mind. Why restless? Because in Maiden Square means this is in the city of New York City. There, the Maiden Square, there is a 23rd of the street. In that particular street, the Maiden Square is called one of a particular name of the street. There is a one park where the people go, and we don't go to the park for what we go in order to relax ourselves, to take rest, to enjoy the beauty of the park, plants and flowers we go. So this man also sitting in that particular Maiden Square, in that particular street, there is a park. There he is sitting and he was restless. There are certain signs to show that winter is coming. Signs means indication, it shows a sign. So restlessly he could see that there was the sign. He could feel that the winter is approaching. How we come to know the winter is approaching? Usually we see in where we stay, if we have the trees, from the trees all the leaves will fall down. There will be no trees at all. From that we can understand. Not only that, the weather will become very cool. From that we can understand the winter is going to start. And what is seeing here, the birds begin to fly. The birds which are staying in the trees, they begin to go to the south area. Why they are moving to the south area? Because there is a summer season. People want new warm coats. The people, those who are living in that particular state, they also want the new coat in order to protect themselves. We know in the winter season what we do, we wear the different woolen clothes in order to protect us from the heat, cool. And so he moves restlessly on his seat in the park. As he is sitting on the park, he has no peace of mind in him. When you see these signs, you know that winter is here. How he comes to know? The birds are flying, from the trees the leaves are falling. A dead leaf fell at Sophie's feet. The leaves has fallen on his feet. That was a special sign for him that winter was coming. So when the leaves has begun to fall on his feet, the sign shows him that it is a time for him to leave that particular area. It was time for all who lived in Maiden Square to prepare. Not only for Sophie, those people are living in that particular region, area in that state, they all have to prepare themselves in order to protect themselves from the cold. Sophie's mind now realized that fact. Now only a fact means the truth. Now when the leaves began to fall, he realized the truth. What is the truth? Now the time for the winter. The time had come, he had to find some way to take care of himself during the cold weather. So now it is a time for him to go and move from somewhere to take care of himself from the cold weather. And therefore he moved restlessly on his seat. Due to this one, this boy was restless on his seat. Restlessly feeling unhappy. Signs, indications. It shows the signs. Next, Sophie's hopes for the winter were not very high. He was not thinking of sailing away on a ship. He was not thinking of southern skies or of the Bay of Naples. 3 months in the prison on Blackbelt Island was what he wanted. 3 months of food every day and a bed every night. 3 months safe from the cold north wind and safe from the coast. This is what Sophie wanted most in the world. For years, Blackwell Island had been his winter home. Richer New Yorkers made their plans to go to Florida or to the shore of the Mediterranean Sea each winter, so being made his small plans for going to the island. So here what he is thinking, so his hopes for the winter were not very high. He is having hope. The hope is not going to the big places or big to the island. He doesn't have the big like any other people. He doesn't have the high expectation. Not the having to live his life very comfortably, very like having all the food to reach everything. He doesn't have such kind of a rich, comfortable life. He doesn't have the expect the very rich life. At the same time, he was not thinking of sailing away on ship. He doesn't want to even travel by the ship and go to other countries. He was not thinking of southern skies. Even he doesn't want to the southern skies means to other country, traveling by flight and going to other countries. That also he doesn't want. Or up the Bay of Naples or the Bay of the Bengal, Nepal side. There also he doesn't want to go. The 3 months in the prison on Blackbeard's Island was what he wanted. What he wanted. Like any other rich people, he doesn't want to have the high expectation. He wants to go only for 3 months in the prison. The Blackbeard's Island. In the Blackbeard's Island, there is a prison. There he wants to go and live. So the Blackbeard Island is nowadays it is known as a Roosevelt. Here it was known as a Blackbeard, but now it is known as a Roosevelt Island. And it is this island is a very tiny and silver of an island in New York. This island is situated in New York City and very tiny, and it looks like a silver color. And east river between the Marden and the Broad of Queen, between the Queen and the Kings, there is this island is present. And crossland and this Mediterranean, so he wants to go this island, this Roosevelt Island. It was situated around the jail. In this island there is a jail. There he wants to go and live his life. This is what Sobe wanted most in the world. In the world, what he prefers only for 3 months to escape from for the winter to go to this island. There is a jail there. He wants to live his life. For years, 3 months of food every day and a bed every night. 3 months safe from the cold north wind and safe from codes. Codes means the police. This is what Sobe wanted. And he can, by staying 3 months, he gets the food, he gets the bed in the night, and he need not struggle for anything. He can be escaped from this winter season, plus from the police. Codes means I said the police. He can be escaped from the police, and he can remain in the jail. There are jail means there is a police are there, but he need not, the police will not come back of him every time as he roams. He is in the jail itself, so he can follow the rules and regulations of the jail. He can eat the free food there, and there is a bed is for him. There is a protection is there for him. He cannot, if we live in the park outside area, he has to protect him his body from the cold rain. So that is the reason he wanted. For years, Blackbeard's Island had been his winter home. So many years on this where he is going. Whenever the winter season approaches, he is going to this Roosevelt Blackbeard's Island. There is a jail. There he goes. Richer New Yorkers made their plans to go to Florida or to a shore of the Mediterranean Sea each winter. Actually, those are living in this particular Mediterranean, this sea, this Meridian Square, usually those are living in the New York City. The people, they like to travel during this winter. They like to go to different places like a Florida means where there are so many flowers are there. In that area, they want to go and live, some of them, and some of them they want to go to the Mediterranean Sea. It is a coastal area, Mediterranean Sea, where 3 continents are present there. It is a 3 crossroads of the 3 continents are present there. That are the, which are the areas means like continents Europe, Africa and Asia. These 3 countries are surrounded by this Mediterranean Sea, and this region, why they want to go in this region means because here this is a subtropical climate. Here climate what happens, it is a very very too much cold, very mild cold, and the winter will not be very so wide, it will be very less, and it is a hot region and the dry summer. Where these three continents are joined together in the Mediterranean Sea, there the climate is not like in the where they are living in the New York City. There the climate is very hot and the mild winter, the dry area. So people what they do, they move to the different places. So one is Florida where the flowers are kept more abundantly. Second area is to the Mediterranean Sea. Here three continents are surrounded by that area. There they want to go on live in order to escape from this winter. Why? Because it may be very severe. People find it difficult to live there. That is the reason they want to move to that particular areas. Next, and now the time had come. Three big newspapers, some under his coat and some over his legs, had not kept him warm during the night in the park. So Sophie was singing of the island. There were places in the city where he could go and ask for food and a bed. These would be given to him. He could move from one building to another and he would be taken care of through the winter, but he liked Blackwell's island better. Now, what he is saying, he stayed in that particular park with the three newspapers he spread on the benches and there he sleeps always. But now these three newspapers are not able to protect him from some winter. It is not able to protect him. It is so cold, it is so chill, so he is not able to. These three newspapers are not enough for him to protect himself. So because of this, he decided to go during the night time when he sleep in the park. This is not enough for him, so he decided to go to the Blackwell's Island. Why? And even he can go to the different places there. When he goes, the people will give food for him, they will give the bed for him. But what happens to him? He cannot stay in the same place. He has to move from one building to another. He has to go from one place to another place. That is the reason he prepared to go to this island where there is a jail. Then he can live according to the time he gets during the 3 times meals. He may be sometimes able to do little work and the bed also will be given. The jail he can sleep comfortably without any disturbance. That is the reason he prepared to go to the jail. Next, Sophie's spirit was proud. If he went to any of these places, there were certain things he had to do. If in one way or another, he would have to pay for what they gave him. They would not ask him for money, but they would make him wash his whole body. They would make him answer questions. They would want to know everything about his life. No prison was better than that. The prison had rules that he would have to follow, but in prison, a gentleman's own life was still his own life. So we, having decided to go to the island at once, began to move towards his desire. Now, what his spirit means, the way of thinking, his way of thinking is different from others. Now, so he is thinking very proudly, thinking in a different way. Why he is thinking in a different way, in a proud way? Because if he went to any of these places, there were certain things he had to do. If he goes to some other places or some other hotel, somewhere, anywhere if he goes, there will be, people will be asking him, he has to do some works. In one or another way, what happened, he would, suppose if he eats food, what happened, he has to give the money for that one. Without payment, nobody will provide for us anything. So if he goes and work, he goes to some houses, when he asks for some food, they may provide for him, but he has to pay it. Even if he goes to hotel, what happened, if he eats, he has to pay the money for that one. Not only that one, they ask him for money, but they also, if he doesn't have money, they will ask him to do their housework. Yes or no? We know when without money, if we go and eat in the hotel, they will give punishment, or sometimes what they will do, they may consider, say, oh, poor one, let him go, they leave out. But some people, they get angry and they make them to grind the floor for the breakfast something, and sometimes they may wash them to wash the vessel. These are the things you might have seen in the cinemas, and you might have heard about that one. So if he goes to some other places, he may get the food, but he has to pay the money. If he is not paying the money, has to provide, he has to do the work, what are the things they are asking him to do. Sometimes they may wash the cleans the vessel, they may wash him to wash the clothes, ask him to wash the clothes. So these are very difficult for him. Not only that one, they would make him an answer question. They may ask some of the questions to him. Why being a young fellow, why this man without working method going for any job, why he is walking like that. So many questions will be arising from the people's mind. He has to answer for all that one. And not only that, they also want to know about the background of his life. What happened to him? He is roaming like that. What is the reason? That they may question about whether he has no parents or any job, whether about those whether brothers or sisters or anybody is with him. So people naturally they will question us. Even for example, when the beggars come to our house, we ask them, why are you begging like this? Why can't you go for some job? You find a job or something, housework. Why can't you work hard on your? We ask them. That is the nature of the human beings. So when he goes like that, what will happen? The people will question him. That is the reason he doesn't want to go to any other places except the jail. He preferred to go to the jail. No prison was better than that. He is feeling that jail is the better for him. Because that the prison there will be rules, regulation will be there. They have to do the work and they have to come for the meals in the time and they have to stand in a line and queue and they have to eat. But at the same time it is the safest place for him. Though it is a jail, he feels that there is more freedom for him. So a gentleman's own life or stay his own life. Though it is being a gentleman, he feels comfortable, he feels happy in that jail. So he decided to go to the island. And next, there were many easy ways of doing this. The most pleasant way was to do good, to go and have a good dinner at some fine restaurant. Then he would say that he had no money to pay, and then a hope would be called. It would all be done very quietly. The hope would arrest you. He would take it to a judge. The judge would do the rest. So there were no, he had planned so many ways. We go to jail. Can we simply go to the jail and remain there? No. Who goes to say jail? One who does the wrong thing. One who is stealing, one who is selling kanjas, some other things, and the one who kills others. Such people will be brought to go to the jail. Simply without doing any mistake, we cannot visit there. We cannot go and remain in the jail. So what he planned to go to the easy way. He is planning. Pleasant means very easy. He is planning to go to one of the restaurant, a nice restaurant. Go there and eat the night dinner means night meals. He wants to go to the dinner for the supper. He wants to go and eat the food. After eating, he will tell to the parent, those who are serving the food, he will tell that I have no money. So what will happen? Immediately the police, the parents, what they do, the hotel people, they will call the police, and the police will take him to the court, and the judge will give him a punishment for him so that he can go to the jail. So this is the first idea he developed in his mind to go and eat in the restaurant. Sophie left his seat and walked slowly out of Marion Square to the place where the great street called Broadway and Fifth Avenue meet. So he decided in his mind this one, and from this Marion Square, from the park, he is going the street where the Broadway, the Fifth Avenue. He went to the Fifth Street. He went across this wide space and started north on Broadway. He stopped at a large and brightly lighted restaurant. This was where the best food and the best people in the best clothes appeared every evening. As he was walking from the park, he was walking towards the Fifth Street and the Broadway. He found the best hotel, bright water. There was so much lights burning. From there, we could understand in this hotel one day, all the rich people evening they come to eat their food. So best clothes means the rich people, they come there to eat their food. So pleasant means easy. Next you say, so we believed that Above his legs he looked all right. His face was clean. His coat was good enough. If he could get to a table, he believed that success would be his. The part of him that would be seen above the table would like all right. The waiter would bring him what he asked for. So now he believed that when he looked into himself, above the knee, the shirt and the coat what he is wearing is very good, very clean and tidy. There is no problem for that one. So he is thinking that the dress what I am wearing above the knees, it is very good. So that what will happen? As soon as he entered to the hotel, he can enter in the hotel and he can eat the food there. And above the knee, the dresses are clean and his face also was clean. And this coat what he is wearing also very clean and tidy. And it is enough for him to go to the hotel and sit on the dining table and ask the waiter to bring the food for him. And when he bring the food and when he eats, and he can say to the man, I don't have money, so he can succeed. How can he succeed immediately? The waiter or the parent will ask for the complaint to his owner, and the owner will call the police. The police will come and arrest him, and the police will take him to the jail, to the court, and the court, the judge will give the punishment to make him to go to the jail. So this way he planned, and he was going there. He began thinking of what he would like to eat. In his mind, he could see the whole dinner. The cost would not be too high. He did not want the restaurant people to feel any real anger, but the dinner would leave him filled and happy for the journey to his winter home. Now he began to think in his mind what food to eat. Once he go to the hotel, what food he has to order and eat. And he doesn't have also very rich food. He doesn't delicious, very tasty food also he doesn't want to eat. He wants to simple food, and after eating that food, what happens? That is enough for him to go to jail for that day. So that plan he was going to the restaurant. We eat so much of other tasty foods, delicious food, costly food, what happens? It will become more money. Sometimes the hotel people may get angry, so he doesn't want to make them to get angry. So he wants to eat the simple food and he wants to go to the jail. When he says that I have no money, immediately he will be arrested and he can go to jail. Good enough means sufficient food. Sufficient food he can eat and he can go to jail. But as Sobi put his food inside the restaurant door, the head waiter saw his broken old shoes and the torn clothes that covered his legs. Strong and ready hands turned Sophie around and moved him quietly and quickly outside again. When this boy was about to enter the restaurant, immediately the waiter came and stopped him like this. Why he stopped? Because he saw above this one no problem for him. The coat, everything, the dresses are very clean, but below the knee, the shoes are torn and the socks are torn. Below below the knee, the bands are torn, the clothes are very torn one, not good looking. It is look ugly to see him. Who goes to that hotel? Only the rich people with the belt dressed up nicely, only they are allowed to enter that hotel. Immediately the waiter came and stopped him. He didn't allow him to get into the hotel. So we turned off Broadway. It seemed that this most easy way to be that to the island was not to be his. He must think some other way to getting there. And when the man sent him out, he sent him out. He didn't allow him to get into the hotel. He realized that this is not the easy way for him to get into the jail. He has to think of some other way in order to go to the jail. At a corner of 6th Avenue, first he went to the 5th Avenue, 5th Street, now he is coming to the 6th Avenue, was a shop with a wide glass window, bright and electric lights. So we picked up a big stone and threw it through the glass. People came running around the corner. A hope was the first among them. So we stood still. he smiled when he saw the hope. So what he did, now he has came the second plan. What is the second plan? As he was walking on the sixth stage, there was a big shop with it is made up of full of glass, and the electric things are sold in that one. And when he saw the lights and everything, he took one stone and he threw the class. He threw at the glass. What will happen? The glass, immediately the glass will break into pieces. Not only that, it will break, it will go through the glass, and there is electric things are there. When it touches them, that also will be damaged. So what he did, he took the stone and he threw at the through the glass, and the glass broke, and immediately the people ran and came out of the shop, and those who around, they came out of them, came near to that shop. Not only them, who was the first person to come there? The policeman. And when the police came, this boy, usually what we do when we do the mistake after doing something, we try to hide and we run away. This boy was simply standing and looking at the police and laughing at him. After doing breaking the glasses, he stood there and he was looking at the police and laughing. Next, where is the man that did that? Asked the Pope. Don't you think that I might have done it? Said Sophie. He was friendly and happy, but he wondered was coming towards him. But the Pope's mind would not consider Sophie. Men who break windows do not stop there to talk to Popes. They run away as fast as they can. The Pope saw a man further along the street running. He ran after him, and Sophie, sick at heart, walked slowly away. He had failed to do things. Now what happened? After doing this, the man was standing there, and the police came and asked him who did this work. And immediately he said, don't you think that I have done it? He is questioning. Don't you think that it might have me? And the police was, why? With a friendly way, happy way, he is talking to him. So the police was not willing to believe. Why? Usually when we do some wrong thing, after doing things, so we will be frightened. Somebody may, the owner of the shop or somebody may scold us or they may beat us. With that frightened, we will run away. But this boy was standing there. So the police understood he is not a person who was done. When they saw in front, one man was running. So what happened? The police thought that man has done this mistake, and they were running back of that man. The police didn't arrest this young fellow. So now what happened? He felt so happy. Sick at heart means he is unhappy now. What is the reason unhappy? He thought the police will arrest him. Now this sort of plan also failed. So two plans he has done. In order to go to jail, he has decided, made two plans. One is go to the hotel without after eating, to say to them that I have no money, so that the people will call the police and he will be arrested. And he can go to jail. That is failed. Why it is failed? Because his clothes were torn below the knee and the socks were torn. That hotel is prepared only for the high rich people. Those are well dressed, they can enter them. So the waiter again allowed him. That is failed. Second thing, he was throwing the stone at the class, so that the class broke on the windows. So he thought the police people may come and arrest him. And he stood there and he was watching. When he told the police that he only did it, police didn't believe. Why? After doing something, he tried to run away, but this man was standing happily. So the police understood that he is not the man. When they saw the effect, there was one man was running, and they understood that fellow might have done. So the police was running back of him to arrest. Because of this boy is happy. Both the plans are failed. So up to here, I complete this lesson. Dear students, please read the lessons. You will be understanding more and more. So see you in next class. Until then, take care of yourself. As the COVID is spreading day by day, take care of yourself. At the same time, do your duties what you are supposed to do. So have a